Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with the Demon Slayer, the Hashira training arc episode 2 reaction. So the previous episode, a few things happened. It was the first episode of this season. So first of all, we get to see that we have to train, obviously, to make us stronger for Muzan coming eventually and attacking us. And now that Nezuko has been able to withstand the sun, he is going to try to get us even more, trying to take Nezuko and get her power. So all that, because of all of those things, we're going to be going into a training arc. The Hashiras will be training; they'll be training others as well. Also the Hashira will be training to make better use of their mark. The marks have appeared, and obviously Tanjiro already had it, and now two more Hashiras have it. So the others will try to probably get their own marks. I don't know what will happen in that regards, but I'm guessing something like that will happen. And yeah, basically to get more stronger. So all that stuff are happening. We get to see a little bit of Tanjiro, him getting better from the battle, and also in the final scene we get to see the master. He not he but his crow came in contact with Tamayo, and Tamayo will probably be joining us. She got invited to and I think she'll take the invitation, because it's going to be very helpful, because if she can go and stay there with us, that it'll help boost her research progress way quicker, because now we don't have to keep the secrecy, this and that. It'll be way more smoother. She'll be able to do her job better, and she will be there helping her out. So yeah, you know what, I think it'll be a positive thing. But either way, let's see what happens in today's episode. Episode number 2, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, there he. Right. Yep. His spidey senses. I love how he's so polite. This girl. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. There he is. Oh my god. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yep. Hmm. Yeah. Well, I. um. Yeah, but we'll be going to the. It has. Yeah. Oh, what was that? Yeah, but we'll be going to the. Yeah. Hmm. I just realized this. So, I'm guessing those are all his daughters, Kagaya's. So he has five daughters. Damn. I don't know. I'm just assuming those are all his daughters. Okay. Water Hashira give Tomioka's pain. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Uh, okay. Right. Hmm. Well, something we have to do. Hmm. Well, wow. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes, obviously. Yeah. All right. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, there's a crow. Is that a is that a hole underneath the what is that? Is that door broken? Yeah. Well, I'm sure he knows who it is. Oh boy. Yeah. No, you heard correctly. Oh God. Yeah, with that face. Oh my God. Oh, you're so. Why are you so close? What? Hey yo, personal space. Oh boy. No. Well, yeah. Oh, spawned a lot of techniques. We have to assume. Wait, isn't he the one? What? I didn't know that. What? Then what Hashira is he? Okay, well, okay, yeah. Yes. Next day, I'm guessing. Oh boy. Oh my god. Oh, it's in the. I thought it was night or something. Damn. Damn, in the middle of the night? Oh god. No, you're walking with a crutch. He hasn't slept. It's time to. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Restroom. Right. Oh lord. Oh. Wait. Then why? What? Wait. Wait. Is he? So is he not a Hashira? Oh my god. Oh. Okay. I see. So wait. He didn't become a demon slayer back then, since he didn't pass the selection. Okay. Let's see. Hmm. Oh. Oh, he used. Also, he was a water user. Wounded by the first time. Okay, so then. Oh my god. Hmm. Then, oh, oh, he passed. Okay. Well, to defeat a single demon and have and Sabito died. Then and then he. Okay, wait a minute. But there'd be no place. But I'm sure he like. So okay, he thinks because he was okay. Okay, so he is a Hashia, but he doesn't consider himself as one. I see. Yeah, because Tanjiro went through a same thing. Hmm. Yeah. Damn. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was what I was going to say because the fact that he had to, yeah, the fact that he became a Hashira means that he gave his all after that. Mm. Mm. Oh my god. Oh, so oh my god. So this happened two times. First with his sister and then with Sabito. Mm. Oh. Mm. Right. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah, good compromise, I guess. He's like, ah, come on, let's eat. Oh boy. Oh god. Wait, did he win? Oh, they're still doing it. I don't think she taught him anything. Oh yeah. Okay. What's what's happening with her? Yeah. Right. What? Can you turn? Oh, is that why she's pissed? Is it because Tama was coming and they maybe she has to help her out with everything? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I am guessing it probably has something to do with what she does, like poison. Maybe that's why she's like learning about. Okay, let's hear the ending. Whoa. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. All right. Damn. Ooh, my first story. Damn. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, that was really good. Okay. Okay, this thing. Yeah, I was just thinking about it. Yeah. Oh, okay, so I was like one half is obviously. Yeah, that's why it has like a it's like two parts. Hmm. Okay, there you go. And that was today's episode. Alright, so that was episode number 2 of the Hashira training arc. Now, today's episode basically focused on Gyu, and we got to know about him, his past, what happened, and why he is so, tries to keep his distance from everyone. We saw that in the first episode. Here's the thing. I feel like so basically the reason why he's told them that, oh, I won't be training with you guys or something like that. He said, at first I thought in the first episode I thought like, oh, maybe he's like, I don't know, like he thinks that he's like stronger than everybody or something like that, I thought. But today's episode confirmed it, that it was actually the opposite. He thinks he's not worthy enough, and that is why in the first episode I think that's probably the reason why he said that to everyone. However, everyone thought exactly what I thought, that everyone thought that, oh, he thinks he's better than us or something like that. Not everyone, I doubt everyone thought that, but I'm pretty sure Shinazugawa thought that. Like the way he reacted back then, he was like, what the hell do you mean by that? And you just left. So it was just a whole misunderstanding. It was actually the opposite. You probably meant something like, oh, I won't train with you guys because I'm not worthy enough. But like it came off as completely opposite. It makes sense now, right? And so okay, so here's what happened. Basically, his he had his story. He's what was his name? Saburo? No, Sabito. Yeah, Sabito. The one we saw in the very first episode. No, not the first episode. I think second episode or the third episode. I don't remember when we saw him, but when we came across him and his sister, and they trained, Tanjiro, if you remember that, that guy. So he was actually Gyu's friend, and they went to the selection, the thing, the demon selection, the demon slayer selection thing together, and Gyu got helped by him and lost consciousness. And when we woke up, I'm guessing like he got the answer. He got the in like news that his friend probably died after encountering a demon or something like that. And he started blaming himself, and he was like, I didn't even do anything, I just got protected and I got selected while this happened to him. So he started blaming himself. He thought that he wasn't worthy enough. However, the fact, as we saw, that he, there was a particular scene where we see Kagaya standing and Gyu in front of him. The fact that he got to that position, which means Gyu probably got summoned by Kagaya, and he was probably like, oh, you're worthy enough to be the water Hashira. He probably didn't accept it from the heart, inside his heart, and he was like, nah, I'm not worthy enough. And that is why he told Tanjiro, there's no water Hashira. I thought you would be able to master the water technique. And he was probably thinking that Tanjiro would become the water Hashira or something, because he's not worthy enough. But the fact that he was summoned by Kagaya shows that, as we saw later, he trained extremely hard, and that's the position he came to. He trained so hard that he was strong enough to be a Hashira. But from the bottom of his heart, he didn't accept it. So I feel like today's episode had a lot of like scenes where he says something, and at first we think about it in a different way, but then when we get to know his story, we're like, oh, so that's not the reason why he said that, this is why. So at first when he said there's no water Hashira, I was like, wait, so what's happening? Is he uses water techniques? We've seen that, so what, is he not a Hashira? That's what I thought. I was like, is he not a Hashira or something? Like, what is happening? But he's there with all the Hashira, so I'm pretty sure he's a Hashira. So I was like, or maybe he just uses water techniques, and he has like some other secret technique that he has kept a secret up until now, and he's not a water Hashira. That's why he's telling. All these things I was thinking, and then in the end, after getting to know why he said that, I'm like, oh, okay, so that's why he is a water Hashira, but he just doesn't accept it from the bottom of his heart. That's why he think there would be someone better than him, and he thought that Tanjiro would be the water Hashira, the future water Hashira, so that he could relinquish his position or something. But yeah, that's what happened, and that is exactly why Kagaya gave a letter to Tanjiro and told him to talk to Gyu. It all makes sense. Right now, another thing we got to know: Gyu's sister. So his sister died from an Oni attack, and Sabito helped him. No, wait. No, his sister died from an Oni attack, and Sabito was there for him after that, as we saw. When in that scene when Sabito slapped him and said like, "Don't ever said." So I'm guessing he said something similar that, "Oh, I should have died instead of my sister," and Sabito slapped him and said that like by saying that you're disregarding your sister's feeling and you're like what like the fact that she protected you, you're completely disregarding that and insulting her, so don't do that. That whole scene, and then the same thing happened with Sabito. So first he went through that, the whole thing with his sister. He broke down, but he was able to get back up after Sabito's help, and then together with Sabito he took the exam, and then the exact same thing happened, and Sabito died this time. So, oh my god, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like double the emotional pain. Like the first time it happened, and he was able to get back up because of one of his friends, and that same friend died again, like after that. So it makes sense why he was so just completely like heartbroken, and because like, yeah, just he probably blamed himself even more. Like in the first time he blamed himself for not able to help out his sister, and then even after being able to recover from that at least a little bit with Sabito's help, now Sabito went through the same fate. So imagine the amount of pain that he went through, and the amount of like the intensity in which he blamed himself was probably like, yeah, I'm definitely not worthy enough. Like it first happened with my sister, and now with my friend. And this time, it was Tanjiro who helped him. Right. So yeah, but and you can see Tanjiro can kind of understand his feelings, because obviously his own story, like first his family, what happened to them, and then Rengoku, so yeah, he was able to empathize with him. And yeah, okay, so yeah, that was their story. That was the story of today. And then in the final scene we get to see a little bit of Shinobu and what's her name? Kanao. Yeah, I kind of forgot his name, because her name, because we don't really see her that much. Kanao, yeah. So Shinobu and Kanao. So Shinobu seems pissed, and maybe I'm guessing we're going to get to know the reason for that later in the next episode. Now here's a guess that I'm going to make. I think I know why she's pissed. First of all, as she says, Kanao that tells Kanao that, "Oh, I'm going to tell you the story of my sister, which demon my sister was killed by." Obviously, she doesn't like demons because of that. She hates demons because of the whole thing with her sister and everything. I think the reason why she's pissed is probably because Kagaya sent her a letter in which he wrote, "A demon will be coming, joining you and helping you out with the medical things that you do." Obviously, talking about Tamayo, we know that she's going to be coming here, and will be collaborating with Shinobu. And something like that, I'm sure Kagaya wrote that in his letter, and gave, and like Shinobu got it, and he probably wrote something like cooperate with her or something like that, like help each other out, yeah. And Shinobu's pissed of that, because like every single person here, they hate demons, because some way or the other their life got affected by the demons. That is why we know in the first season why they reacted that crazily against Nezuko. When they knew, like, got to know that Nezuko was a demon, why they reacted so violently. because most of the characters here had their lives completely destroyed by demons. Let me think. Um, Rengoku. Okay, I cannot remember Rengoku's backstory. Oh my god. He. Okay, if you can remind me, I cannot remember, but I was there something that demons did to him or his family, maybe I cannot remember it. Anyways, I forgot about his backstory. Then we have what's her name? Uh, Tengen, yeah, Tengen. Yeah, his life was obviously like, we know what happened in his past. He lost his comrades and all that whole thing, obviously because of demons. Muichiro. Oh my god, extremely. His life was probably from the backstories we know, the most affected by demons. The only exception I can think of is Mitsuri, because I don't remember Mitsuri having any type of sad backstory. She just had a good life and she just came here to help everyone out. So yeah, her story was surprisingly wholesome, which I wasn't expecting in the previous season. I was thinking like it'll be something crazy again, but no, her story was kind of wholesome. So yeah, I guess that makes sense why she didn't really like react so much when she got to know about Nezuko being a demon, because she didn't really have any kind of sad story or something. She was okay with it. But every single other, like in most of the other Hashira, they reacted extremely, and it makes sense. And Shinobu as well, her backstory we can see because of like what happened with demons, and now we're going to get to know that. So that is why I think she is so pissed. Like I said, it's just a guess. I'm sure I'll get my answer in the next episode, but it's just a guess, and I think I'm kind of correct, because I'm sure she Kagaya with a letter contacted her and told her a demon will be coming, and that demon, you'll be cooperating with her, and she'll help you out with your medical research and stuff. And she got pissed. She's like, what? So basically you're telling me to cooperate with someone, a demon, and the same demon species kill my sister. You think I'm going to just so I think that's why she's pissed, and that is why she suddenly brought this whole topic up and is telling it to Kanao. So yeah, next episode I think that's what's going to happen. Either way, let's wait and see. Okay, and that was today's episode. So now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, we get to see that whole scene in the previous episode. Tamayo got contacted by that crow. The crow had Kagaya's message, and the crow was like, come with us, help us out to the headquarters. And I knew Tamayo was going to accept it, because obviously it's a very good opportunity. She is very afraid. Definitely, she's literally going to the enemy territory and just going to be staying there. So yeah, she's very afraid. But she knows the importance of it, and how Nezuko, now that Nezuko has conquered the sun, there's more need for her to go and help them out, and it'll speed up the research process even more. Okay, so here you see in that scene, there's a particular scene. I think that's her backstory or something. I don't know what that was. There's a particular scene where we see in the forest there's 3 people standing. I cannot figure out who these people are. I'm sure one of them is Tamayo, yeah. And there's 2 other people. Another person I think is that guy. I've forgotten his name. The one that Tanjiro sees in his dreams, his ancestor, that dude. Yeah, and I don't know who the other person is. There's another person there with her, with Tamayo. I don't know who that is, but that would indicate that if Tamayo had something, some kind of connection with this guy, it's kind of interesting that now she has connection with Tanjiro, so something like that. Yeah, she says what happened that day has now at last become, and we get to see that guy, and then we switch to Tanjiro. So yeah, it's pretty obvious that she had connection with him, and now she has connection with Tanjiro. Okay, anyways, and so she's like, yeah, we need to go, and the guy, Yuichiro, I think that's his name, At first he's like, what the hell, like, we should get out of here, but Tama's like, no, we shall get out of here, but we shall go to the to the headquarters. Right. And there you go. And that's how it started. Now after that we get to see Tanjiro getting a letter from Kagaya, and Kagaya telling him that, go and talk to uh, Giyu. So he told him that, Giyu has his own past. Just, like, talk to him. I think you'll be able to help him out. And bring him out of his shell that he has made, and he's putting himself in it. So there you go. And that's how it started. So Tanjiro does some research, which was good. She asks Aoi that, like, oh, like, what should I do to someone who wants to be left alone? And, she's like, you know what? I feel like if it was me, I would want to be left alone. But, like, go and talk to him, this and that. And Aoi also gave him, like, a little bit of onigiri to help them out. Yeah, Tanjiro's off. So basically, the advice that Tanjiro got is like, don't be too overbearing. If he wants to be alone, leave him alone. But also don't give up, be persistent. So basically that was what, Tanjiro got out of that. And it did work by the end of it, because, if you try to be too, like, overbearing, obviously you would have just, like, shrunken more into his shell, and probably wouldn't listen to Tanjiro. So you saw later on when Gyu was like, oh, like, I need to do something, leave me alone. Tanjiro was like, yes, okay. And he actually leaves. But he was persistent. Every single day he came and all that. So, he wasn't really too much, like, making it overbearing for him. But at the same time, he wasn't giving up, and he was just being too, quite persistent. So it worked out by the end of it, as we saw. Either way, Tanjiro goes to Gyu's place, and I just realized, oh my god, in this scene where he comes in front of the door and he's like, oh, Gyu-san, are you here? I thought that door had a broken hole underneath. Now that I'm looking at it, it's not a hole, it's the design of that door. I was like, why does that door have a hole underneath? Yeah, that's not a hole. I'm looking at it now. It's the design of the door in itself. I don't know, it looked like a hole to me. It seemed like someone, like, poked the door with some kind of a battering ram or something, and it broke the underneath part of it. Anyways. Right, either way, so yeah, he goes and he starts calling Gyu. Gyu's like, okay, let me just keep quiet. He'll leave probably. But then Tanjiro's like, I'm coming in, and he's like, oh, he probably said I'm going away. Like, like, it makes sense why he misheard him, because, he's saying, like, in Japanese, he's saying, hairimasu, which means I'm coming in. But Gyu thought he said kairimasu, which means I'm going away. So hairimasu and kairimasu are very similar, like, in sound. So he mistook coming in for going away. So he thought, like, oh, he's going away. I probably misheard him. But he actually came in. And then he's like, oh, okay, well, right. I love how he's like, oh, I probably misheard him, and closes his eyes again. And then when he hears the door opening, he opens his eyes again, and he's like, wait, what? What happened? Right. Okay, so he comes in, and Tanjiro's like talking to him in front of his face. No personal space boundary given, on top of him. Completely, Tanjiro. And he's like, oh, like, like, I'm recuperating now, but, this and that. And Gyu says, like, I'm angry that you didn't master water breathing to perfection. At which Tanjiro says, like, oh, but, like, yeah, like, what was his name? Urokodaki? Yeah, he said that, like, a lot of people changes their, like, thing. Like, while practicing one style, they probably realize that another style is better for them, and then they switch this and that. Urokodaki-san told me that. At which Gyu says, like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I wanted you, like, okay, where's that part? Someone has to assume the mantle of water Hashira sooner than later. There you go. And he thought that it would be Tanjiro. Now, I was like, wait, what? Is he not the water Hashira? And then I was like, am I forgetting something? Did they already mention that he's not the water Hashira or something? And but then Tanjiro was also like, wait, are you not the water Hashira? And I'm like, oh, thank God, I didn't forget anything. So yeah, sometimes it happens, when I watch so many animes, there's so many animes which are like at season 3 or 4 or 5, sometimes 7, you know. So a lot of times I forget a lot of the things that happened, in the past. So I thought maybe it was one of those situations. I'm like, oh my god, did I forget something? No, Tanjiro also doesn't reacted the same like me. So I'm like, okay, so yeah, I haven't forgotten anything. So this is like a new development. All right. So Gyu doesn't answer the question. He, he's like, oh, I'm just going to, yeah, he leaves and he's like, I need to do something. And Tanjiro's like, okay, fine. And he leaves at that point. Like I said, he didn't become too overbearing, but at the same time, he was persistent enough for Gyu to change his mind. So he leaves at that point. After that, Tanjiro comes back again at the evening, leaves him the onigiri, and then this continues for quite a few days. You see him literally sleeping outside his place, and in the morning just coming and talking to him. At night, going with him, patrolling, and this and that continues for quite a while. And then finally, in a particular day, we see Tanjiro moving along with Gyu, and Gyu here starts talking about his past, about Sabito. And he says, Sabito was a water user. Now, I'm not really sure it's pretty obvious that he started using water techniques from Sabito's influence, I'm guessing after he died. But I'm just wondering if Gyu used water technique even before that. We don't really see him doing anything with Sabito. We see Sabito, using water technique. So I'm just thinking maybe he used a different technique. I'm talking about Gyu. But after Sabito's death, maybe he took up water and he's been going along with it. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe he used something else before. Or maybe he just used water from the very beginning. I'm not really sure. But it won't surprise me if he used something different before, but after Sabito's death, he decided to take up water. Either way, we see the past. We see how he and Sabito were good friends. They trained underneath Uroto Kodaki, and they went to the selection. And Sabito helped everyone out over there, defeated a lot of the demons. He was really good, and he even saved Gyu. And Gyu was extremely injured. He fell unconscious. And later, when he woke up, he probably got the news that Sabito passed away and died from the demons. And he started blaming himself. Now, like I said, this had happened before as well with his sister. So he went through that trauma before. Sabito helped him get out of that trauma, and now the same person who helped him get out of that trauma, he died in the same way. So it makes sense why he blamed himself so much that he kept blaming himself up until this very day. Because that was the amount of it was double the amount of pain that he went through. It's crazy. The person who helped him get out of that whole thing, that sadness, now that person died as well. That is brutal. So that's why he started blaming himself. He thought he was not worthy enough, but he kept continuing his training and just went crazy with with his training, and he became so strong, as we see after that. Using water techniques. But even though he became strong, even though he got so strong that Kagaya brought him in front of him and probably told him to be the water Hashira, and he probably became the water Hashira, but from the inside he wasn't accepting it. And he was probably thinking of passing it on to someone worthy enough, which he probably saw in Tanjiro when he met him. And he was expecting him to continue the water training and becoming very strong water user so that he can pass the mantle on or something like that to someone worthy enough. But that is why, like he said that I'm angry that you didn't, like you're not using the water, you're not practicing the water techniques. You didn't go further than that. Either way, so that was his story, as we get to see. And Tanjiro's sad hearing it. Obviously, he remembers Sabito. He was like, yeah, I remember that. Like it was a weird type of sensation. Like obviously they are dead, but they did help me train. Like Sabito and his sister, I think. Yeah. Um, and yeah, and he's thinking like I also have the same experience with Rengoku, this and that. But then he remembers Inosuke's words, and he says the same thing to Gyu as well. He's like, if you like if you let this go, if you keep like like acting like this, then who would like how would you continue what Sabito entrusted to you? Like when he died, he definitely entrusted his own will and his own, like he passed the baton to you, but now you're letting that baton just keeping it there and letting it rust, and you're not, so who will be carrying on his baton if it's not you? Which obviously made Gyu remember one of the incidents in his past. The same thing was said by Sabito to him when his sister died, and Sabito slapped him and said the same thing. He was like, if you did that, if you're acting like this, the future that your sister entrusted to you, you have to pass that on to other people as well, and continue on with that. If you're acting like this, who's going to do that? And he remembers it, and he remembers, and now Tanjiro has said the same thing to him. So yeah, he was probably like, okay, you know what? He probably was going to talk to Tanjiro and say that, let's continue the training. But Tanjiro was like, oh, maybe I was a bit too harsh. Okay, you know what? Let me just tell him that let's make it a contest. I cannot train now because I'm injured. So how about a speed eating contest? And he immediately brought that up. So then after that there was a hilarious section of both of them eating soba. And in the end, like he's like, okay, you know what? We'll be training. And then after that we get to see a little bit of Shinobu. Shinobu's pissed, and Kanao comes in, and Shinobu's like, I'm not in the training. I won't be training you guys. Why? I'm guessing, like I said, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with Tamayo Kami and them researching more on the whole, like that aspect, the research aspect. So then he tells Kanao that I'm going to tell you a story about my sister and the demon who killed my sister. Like I said, I'm like 70% sure the reason why she's angry is because she got instructed to cooperate with Tamayo, who's a demon, and she hates demons obviously because of the whole thing with her sister. That's why maybe she's pissed. I don't know, I might be wrong. Maybe there's some other reason why she's angry. Either way, next episode we'll probably get to know Shinobu's backstory and her sister. And there you go, that was today's episode. That was episode number 2 of Demon Slayer, the Hashira training arc. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.